Hi all, and thanks for watching this week's episode of Eatin Out in Vegas. Now, at the suggestion of a viewer, we decided for this week's eating establishment we would search the Centennial Hills area. And the place that we came across was Rock Steakhouse. Now, I told you I was going to cover the good and the bad, and this place has a little bit of both. Nothing so bad as to prevent anybody from going by any means. It's just a few things that they could probably improve upon. One of the negatives, the parking lot was just absolutely packed. Now, it's not to say that it wasn't a huge parking lot. It was, but we were expecting, from the amount of or lack of parking spaces, that we were probably going to have a huge wait. The positive, that was completely the opposite. It didn't matter how full that parking lot was. We got right in. I would say, though, make reservations. We made reservations. We were there quite a bit early. We were about a half an hour early, and they got us in super quick. So I cannot complain about that. One of the things that I will say, the first impression we got was when we got out of the car, was the smell. Beautiful, delicious aroma of cooking steaks. Was amazing that we could smell it, especially with as far back as we parked from the door. Rock Steakhouse is located at 5999 Centennial Center Blvd. They are open 24 hours a day. They do have an e-club so that you can get special emails and promotions and whatnot. And this happens to be one of two locations. Now, the good thing about this is, because I don't particularly want to cover too many chains, is that there's only one location here in Las Vegas, and the other happens to be in Wyoming. The place is very large. There is tables and booths, a huge bar area, separate room for events, and then there were larger tables for bigger parties. The decorations were very tasteful, a lot of brick. It was more of an upper end Western motif. And when we got seated, the waitress came around, took our drink order, and after bringing us our drinks, they also brought us hot rolls with butter. These rolls were amazing. They were delicious. The fact that they came out piping hot and the butter was semi-melted in the dish that they stuck in the middle of it was a nice touch. A short while later, we did get our appetizer. What we decided to order was the barbecue pork nachos. And top notch. Amazing. Homemade chips, at least it seemed like they were homemade chips. It says in the menu that they are fried chips, so I would guess that they do make them themselves. Had pepper jack and cheddar cheese, sour cream, it had jalapenos and banana peppers, and it had some pico de gallo. They're very, very good. Was very impressed. Then we came to the meal. This is where a bit of the negative comes in again. I ordered the Chipotle chicken sandwich. Now, I'm not saying that it was bad. It was by far from bad. The taste was very good. However, they need to do one of two things. They either need to choose a different bread to put this on, or they need to put more content in the middle of the bread. They used a ciabatta bread. Now, it was hard, it was very thick, but that's just the type of bread that it is. So, again, I can't say that it was bad by anything that the restaurant did, because it wasn't. That is just that type of bread and how that bread is. Again, to improve that particular sandwich, I would have chosen a completely different bread, something a little bit softer. If they're going to go that route, again, put some more in there because the content in the middle was a lot less compared to the ratio of the bread. As it was, I ended up pulling apart a lot of it and making it, I left quite a bit of the bread on my plate just because it was so overwhelming compared to, the contents. So the other negative that there was the fries. I'm a big fan of steak fries. Steak fries are my absolute favorite. And when these came out, they were seriously overcooked. You'll see in one of the pictures, there's a few that were, quite brown, a lot browner than what they should have been. They were almost kind of pithy in the middle from them being overcooked. So that was a huge negative for me. I did, however, ask the waitress to bring me another plate so that I could have some fresher fries. I explained what the situation was. And unfortunately, it seemed like they brought me some more of the same batch. Again, you'll see in the picture, right on top. I mean, there were some that were super dark, and there were others that were borderline okay. Ultimately, I ended up not eating my fries because I just didn't like the overcooked taste. Now, I do, however, wish that I had ordered a hamburger, but I wanted to give you guys some variety of what we were ordering when we went to the steakhouse. And I wasn't particularly in the mood for a steak that night, so we'll probably go ahead and make a second visit to this place just so we can try the steaks and a couple of the other appetizers that I saw. There was one that was a Philly cheesesteak appetizer that I'd like to try. Sounded really good. And of course, their desserts. I will apologize now. We did not do desserts. We were incredibly full when we left, so it just wasn't something we wanted to do. But one of the things the waitress did try to tempt me with was a creme brulee cheesecake, which, again, creme brulee, one of my favorites, and cheesecake, you combine the two, I'm sure you can't go wrong with that. My husband, like I said, had a hamburger, and I did try a taste of it, and it had to have been one of the juiciest, best flavored hamburgers that I ever had. And I guess to call it a hamburger is false because they're actually steak burgers. He had a jalapeno smash burger. And what it is it's 8 ounce of their hand cut steaks that they grind fresh every single day. So amazing. The burger was, as they phrase it in their menu, smashed with jalapenos and banana peppers, and then they have roasted jalapenos, and that it's topped with, and then they also have onion strings and a creamy jalapeno mayo and some melted cheddar cheese. So definitely burgers are something that they are really good at, and I would definitely suggest trying those. The service. Well, again, I don't want to say that it's a huge negative. It's not as good as what we expected it to be. But I don't think that that's any fault of our waitress. Because when she was at the table, she was extremely good. She, was attentive when she was there. It's just she wasn't there that often. And I'm guessing that that's probably because of how busy the steakhouse is. They're probably overwhelming their staff with too many tables. So, again, one negative. I'm hoping that maybe the next time we go, maybe we can call them and see if there's a particular downtime. Again, they're open 24 hours, so I would be sure that they would have some sort of downtime where, we would be able to possibly have a little bit better service. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. You'll see some of the pictures. And again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the likes and the subscriptions. Again, hit that bell so that you can get notified the next time that I post something. You know, please feel free, leave comments. Let me know, is this helping you? Did you go out and try one of the places that we suggested? And what was your experience like? I definitely want to hear feedback from you guys and find out if you had a similar experience, or even if you had a bad experience. That may make us go and try the restaurant again and review it again. So again, thanks. I appreciate all you guys watching. And if you have any suggestions for me, please feel to post them, and we'll check out another restaurant. This next one coming up at the suggestion of a viewer was to find a Chinese restaurant. So Sandman, thanks for suggesting Chinese. I think that's where we're going to go this next week. So keep posted and you'll see what we find. Thanks, and have a great one.